My mission is simple, to make you money. I'm here to level the playing field for all investors. There's always a bull market somewhere, and I promise to help you find it. Mad Money starts now. Hey, I'm Kramer. Welcome to Mad Money. Welcome to Kramer. Other people want to make friends. I'm just trying to make a little money. My job is not just to entertain, it's to educate you. It's to teach you. So call me at 1-800-743-CNBC or tweet me at Jim Cramer. A day like today makes you feel like no matter who wins, every stock could go higher. From tech to aerospace to housing to retail, even healthcare. We saw some tremendous gains, which added up to some excellent performance. Dow gaining 427 points, S&P jumping 1.23%, NASDAQ pole vaulting 1.43%.
All aboard!
In the coming weeks, though, I'm betting that days like today, I think you're going to turn out to be outliers. Hey, you can't expect Dr. Pankos to visit this place daily. Instead, we're going to have to deal with the cold, hard realities of a Federal Reserve that may be a little more timid about cutting rates, given the robust nature of the economy and the numbers we've been seeing. We may be facing days or maybe even weeks of partisan rancor if the election's too close for anyone to throw in the towel. We can't be sure who the next president will appoint to key positions. There's just so much we don't know, which is why I want to change tack entirely tonight. I want to highlight 10 stocks that I believe will do well under either candidate. A who's who of acclamation. Companies that almost have to do well because of seismic trends and savvy managements. Companies that no White House would get hung up on, either because they're beneath notice or they're perceived as good corporate citizens by both sides. Stocks in industries that neither Trump nor Harris has ever targeted in the past. First grouping, let's get right to it. Bargains. I like Walmart. I like Costco. I like TJX, parent company of TJ Maxx and Marshalls. These retailers have done tremendous work pushing back against inflation by using their scale to push costs down, then passing on the savings to you, the customer. Neither candidate can mess with that proposition. Walmart's tried to hold the line on prices at all sorts of aisles, but especially the food aisle. Have you seen these $5 selections they have? It's called the Great Value Offerings. They're incredibly cheap and particularly loved. No, the stock itself's not cheap. But ever since Walmart upped its game by improving wages, giving managers more discretion for what their stores carry, and sneaking in high fashion in the $15, I'm not kidding, the $15 aisle, oh, it has been a huge winner. Costco's got a business model where they make most of their money off the membership card. The model is about getting as much volume as possible, not taking as much price as possible, and that's why everybody loves it. That and, of course, the free samples. I had the little pizzas the other day. Oh, my God, are they good. We love going down the aisles just imagining how much more we'd have to pay at some other store. We love the bathroom, and this kitchen section is so fantastic. Never knew I needed so much of this stuff. TJX is such a go-to chain for clothes that I spend a lot of time perusing aisles for anything my size, whether it be belts or shirts or slacks, as my pop used to call them. Their prices are so ridiculous that you can't pass the stuff up. I can't go by the one down here without going down the escalator and just taking a look. Maybe there's something I don't need that I now need. All three of these retailers work, even if President Trump installs high tariffs. None has any meaningful foreign exposure that can hurt them, even as they all have overseas operations. Next, can you guess it? Netflix. Netflix is one of the world's greatest bargains, and because they make programming for all sides of the aisle, you know that it's not going to get hammered by whoever comes out ahead tonight or this week or next month, whatever. There's no percentage in going after Netflix. We have a habit of waiting for AT&T or Verizon to get better, right? Big dividend yields, lots of opportunity. I say you're waiting, pal, for Godot. If you want a wireless carrier, the outfit that's taken America by storm, the best value is T-Mobile, which is why they seem to report great numbers every quarter. T-Mobile has the best retention, the lowest churn, and it's most like Apple account opener. That's right. They've used Apple. They were the ones that said Apple sales are good. Plus, CEO Mike Sievert hates to lose. That is a great quality in a chief executive officer. Hey, speaking of hating to lose, the CEO of Palo Alto Networks, that's Ed Nikesh Arora, and the CEO of CrowdStrike, that's George Kurtz, are both extremely competitive. They know how to stop cybercrime better than anyone. I know it hurts our diversification efforts, but the Charitable Trust owns both these stocks because I'm a huge believer in cybersecurity, and I'm not going to be left behind by a great stock here. There's so much crime happening online. These companies literally can't handle all the business. Can you imagine? I call that a high-quality problem. Last night, I saw one of the greatest quarters I have ever witnessed. A quarter from a company that I finally told you to buy not that long ago after fighting for ages. I'm talking about, yes, indeed, Palantir. They've got a big cybersecurity business and do some consumer packaged goods work, too. But they're mainly a defense contractor. Palantir brags about making its clients more lethal. And judging by their numbers, which included accelerated revenue growth and phenomenal margins, they're clearly accomplishing that goal. How strong were these results at Palantir? I'm going to quote CEO Alex Karp, who is immutable, indomitable. I don't know, one of those is. Quote, given how strong our results are, I almost feel like we should just go home, end quote. Now, there's a guy who's got bravado. All right, anyway, I like the bipartisan nature of not spending as much on defense hardware and training and instead relying on Alex and friends to get it right for you, and that's what they're doing. This one's a real crowd favorite, by the way. It's now up 198% for the year, and I bet it keeps running, regardless of who takes the White House. Congrats to Alex and friends. Next up, everyone wants some environmental play that can work with either party, right? Good luck finding one. But the best I can draw is GE Vernova. The stock's up so much, but in this new regime, whatever that is, you can assume that it has something to offer for every utility and hyperscaler. I know we're all falling in love with nuclear power, right? I get that. And one day it'll be important again. I mean, maybe next decade. Right now, though, if we want more electricity, we're going to need it from natural gas, wind, and solar. GE Vernova has natural gas turbines. They call turbines, strangely enough, windmills, and the best possibilities of nuclear. Although the company would tell you shouldn't get your hopes up for nukes anytime soon because it takes too long to build these plants. I like the fact that they're upfront about that. That's terrific. Finally, let's open Cintas. Oh, they've only been on a couple times. I love these guys. It's the company that supplies more than 1 million businesses with uniforms, restroom supplies, fire and safety equipment, some other stuff. You know why I love this one so much? Because it caters to small business. And neither the Democrats nor Republicans can resist talking about how small businesses are the backbone of the American economy. You hang around politicians enough, you can't believe how many times they talk about this issue. Nobody ever lost an election in this country by pandering too hard to small business. Of course, they approach it different. The Republicans want to cut back regulations that make it difficult to operate a small enterprise. The Democrats want to give them small loans or big loans. Who's right? That's not my job. My job is to tell you how to profit from the bipartisan embrace of small business, and you can do that by purchasing the stock that's called Cintas. The bottom line. There you go. 10 stocks that can work no matter who wins in the election. That's right, no matter who wins. So if we get a market-wide sell-off tomorrow, get your engines ready. And if we don't, how about this? Buy small, then hope the Fed says the wrong thing Thursday, and it gives you a better entry point. Can you imagine rooting for that and then getting it? Bam! Otherwise, wait for your pitch. You now know what to swing at.
That was easy.
How about we go to Joe in Jersey? Joe!
Hello, Mr. Kramer. Thank you for taking my call, and thank you for all that you do for us.
Chief, I love it when you call. Let's go to work.
Okay. I'm looking to add a mining company to my portfolio. And
Really?
I was thinking of buying Barrick Gold. And what I like about them is that they're also in the sale of copper and silver as well. Nice dividend, I think over 2%. The PE 22. I don't know. Should I buy them?
Well, look, I'm going to be a little pejorative here. I understand they have copper, and I think they've done an okay job. Notice I said okay, but with gold soaring here, you're going to do better with Agnico Eagle. That is a big change for me, but we had Agnico Eagle on. I studied and studied and studied. I said, you know what? Right horse, Agnico. I feel we should go to Massachusetts now. Let's go to Todd in Massachusetts. Todd.
Hey, Jim, first caller, booyah. How you doing?
Yeah, bring it on, Todd. What's happening?
First of all, big fan of the show.
Thank you.
Especially love your CEO interviews. Get a lot of good information.
We got some good ones tonight. I buy both stocks. I buy both right here, right now. What's happening?
Okay, so I've had a hospitality company since 2020, mid-2020, during COVID, up over 300%. Still doing well, though, and I'm kind of wondering. It's Hilton, HLT, and I'm wondering whether I should ring the register or whether I should, buy some more.
You can hold it. You can hold it. I've got to tell you, yesterday there was a crude injustice. Marriott reported a really good number, and all the analysts were like, everyone was saying the stock was going down. Did they listen to the call? I thought it was like a great call. I finished it. I looked at the stock. I said, who are these sellers? What do they know? I mean, honestly, get lost. You know what I mean? The stock's up 3 today, and it's probably going to go up again tomorrow. And I like it. We got a second Joe right now we're going to talk. We're going to speak this time to Joseph in Arizona. Joseph.
Hey, booyah, Jim. Hello from Tempe, Arizona.
Excellent.
question about
Oh,
Cigna.
I love Tempe. Okay, which one? Cigna? That's the only one that knows
Cigna.
what it's doing. They know what they're
Cigna's
doing.
faced a lot of volatility in the stock price lately. Do you think it's
Right.
undervalued?
Well, I tell you, going in, this is one where I actually would need to know who's going to be president. And I have been trying to stay away from the ones where if I have someone who is actually against this group, there'll be some volatility and we'll buy it lower after. That's my plan. I do like Cigna, but I'm not going to pull the trigger right here. Anyway, look, if we do get a sell-off because of the election, now you know what to keep your eye on. Or to just, I say, buy. Because I think these 10 stocks will work no matter what, no matter who wins the White House. I'm telling you they're good. Hey, I got some more. On Mad Money tonight, Texas Roadhouse has spent the year climbing higher. Is this one worth taking in? I know it is. I just got to tell you, watch the interview, you'll feel like I'm telling you, this stock is so good that I read the book of the founder, and it's dynamite. The major averages finished in the green today. So should investors kick their feet up and enjoy the ride, or could some turbulence lie ahead? I'm going off the charts for answers. And UL Solutions hit an all-time high after earnings. I'm sitting down with the CEO of one of my favorite IPOs of the year to hear what's in the pipeline. So stay with Kramer.
Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow @Jim Cramer on X. Have a question? Tweet Kramer. #MadMentions. Send Jim an email to madmoney@cnbc.com or give us a call at 1-800-743-CNBC. Miss something? Head to madmoney.cnbc.com.